Today we're going to talk about trimester 2. And trust me when they say that it will fly by, it will go by really soon. It's a good time to spend as much time together as a couple, create some core memories, just rest, relax, have fun. Now that the body is supporting your baby's growth, it's accepted the alien body into itself, and the baby's growing at its own pace, and you have some breathing space. So by this time you've really found yourself in this new different stage in life where you're constantly not doing anything, but you're still doing a lot. So you are going to be kind of getting tired very easily, and you need people around you who understand the situation. So you will be grateful for friends and people around you who are in the same journey. If you do find someone who is around the same trimester, it's going to be an amazing time. You can go out for walks, you can share notes, you can always learn from each other, and that's going to be a good support. For me, I think my second trimester started around Valentine's Day, so it was a really exciting, beautiful date night that we had. I remember no alcohol, everything was virgin. And then I was trying to eat better and eat more, I think a little bit more than what I was being able to keep down in my first trimester. I think I might have even lost weight in my first trimester, like I had discussed in the previous video. I had an episode of nausea, so if you want to go and see how I dealt with it, please go back to that video. And of course, yes, things do get better. I think I started going out a lot more. I was even doing hikes. I think a funny thing that I started noticing was I did start seeing a belly grow. So I couldn't see my feet anymore. So when I did go on hikes, I couldn't really see where my feet are. And as someone who has been working out for the last 15 years, I've always been able to see my feet and walk. And this was something really different that I noticed. And yes, of course, we did plan our Babymoon. It was a beautiful time. It was almost spring, summer, and it was around 20 weeks in my pregnancy. And this is also a time in North American countries that you get to know the gender of the baby. And we found out that we were having our baby boy. And we planned our shoot for like a maternity shoot in Cancun on a beautiful beach, and I wore these beautiful outfits that the photographer bought us. Big shout out, I'm gonna link her Instagram page there. They're a couple and they do these shoots very often, and they made us super comfortable, took super care of me. I did have a belly, but I did not have too much of a belly. So all through the shoot, I think I was asked to stand like this so that my stomach actually comes out and it looks like a proper maternity shoot. I think I wore one big blue dramatic dress, and if you look at those pictures, you'll really not see a belly in there. I think I was around 5 months at that time, and you could see it on my face, but like if you looked at me on the outside and you didn't know how I looked before I got pregnant, you would not be able to tell. Another thing that I noticed was I was supposed to get into a cenote, or like a cenote, I don't, whatever they call it in their language, however they say it. It's basically like a cave, and it has natural water. There's no sea, like there's no floor to that water. It's super deep, and it has, you could even see bats in some of those caves. So I was super scared. Now I'm someone who has deep dived in the sea. I have I've bungee jumped, I have jumped off a plane, I have skydived. I believe that I am adventurous and I am a good swimmer and all of those things, but I was so scared. I was so scared to get down that ladder and jump into that natural water. Even though I did eventually, and I had a life vest and it was all safe and I wasn't risking anything. But all I want to say is that your mind changes. You start thinking about, is this the right thing for me to do? How am I going to protect this child if something happens to me? You notice that there is a shift in your mindset. You're not thinking as an individual anymore. You're starting to think as a parent. You are putting your child's needs before yours. So I did notice that shift in me, and I became more protective. And I would say even now, like, I am scared of something happening to me, because what will happen to him if something happens to me? So that really comes in as soon as, like, you see life, you feel movements, you kind of talk to the baby, you feel them inside you. I think that's when you start transitioning into becoming a parent. The entire transition is really big and it's a tough one, but the beginnings are kind of bittersweet. So yeah, we had a great time. I think we went to 3 cities and we had an amazing time there, and I'm really glad we did that. We really think that it was one last trip for us, just as us before we became parents from a couple. And we're glad we did that. And yeah, we had fun. We went out partying. We were out late. I had a lot of amazing pictures in biggest gowns I've ever worn and smallest swim outfits that I've ever worn on beaches. And yeah, I did everything. I drank, danced, not alcohol, but a lot of other things, and the food was amazing, everything was great. And when we came back, it was still spring here. We started clearing out our house. We started just throwing things that didn't really mean to us, and basically, like, making space for new things, letting go of the old things. We announced to our extended friends, family, people we knew that we're expecting. I started taking some prenatal classes, and there were 2 other things that were really important. One, gestational diabetes test. Somewhere around 24 to 28 weeks, you will be asked to get a gestational diabetes test. It's a test to find out if your sugar levels in your blood are high or low, which may also impact your child's sugar levels. It would also possibly lead to childhood obesity and even preeclampsia, which is basically early delivery, unexpected early delivery, which may not be safe for the child or for the mother. So it's advised for people to not have gestational diabetes, so you should really try to eat better and not given too much sweet or too much of, like, anything that turns into sugar, like rice, potatoes, etc. I shouldn't be saying that because I ate a lot of carbs and pizzas, and we basically found out that a lot of the baby is made out of proteins and fats. So for proteins, I used to have my protein shake or mixed protein powder in my yogurts, or just complete my protein intake. I'm also a non-vegetarian, so I used to take care of the protein intake, and my husband used to take care of my fat intake by bringing in all the cheese pizzas. You shouldn't be having so many cheese pizzas. You're you're going to gain more weight than you should, which I did. So yeah, we're going to discuss all the weight gain and everything in another video, so stay tuned and always come back for more. And the next thing that we were doing is we started looking at cribs and, you know, how we want to convert the other room into a nursery, or still keep it like a multi-purpose room and, you know, get rid of the bed or not, etc. These are a lot of decisions that you're going to have to make as an expectant parent, so it comes with the package. I ended my second trimester, I think I was in month 6, towards the end of the 6th month. I noticed something called round ligament pain, which is a pain in the lower bottom of your stomach. Now that usually happens because your stomach is stretching. It's stretching beyond its limits, like it's never experienced that kind of stretch to incorporate the growing baby. Like I mentioned, because I was eating a lot of protein and fats, my baby's intrauterine growth, which is the growth of the baby inside the uterus, was amazing. So my body just wasn't equipped to keep such a big baby inside it. So if I you know, started walking too much, or was out too much, or was standing or anything, like I used to go to work to the office once a week, and I stopped doing that as well after that, because I did not want to experience that kind of pain from doing that much activity in the day. So I really noticed that towards the end of the second trimester is when my body was really getting heavier, like it started to get heavier. So it's just such a stark difference. Like till the end of the 5th month, I was really, you know, not seeing a belly, and I was standing like this for my maternity shoot. But towards the end of the 6th month, that is closer to your 3rd trimester, is when shit just gets real. Like you can see your body is changing further. You're going to start to get heavier. You're going to notice other things. So I will tell you everything about my 3rd trimester and how that is like the biggest game changer. But you need to come back for more on that one. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.